My beautiful stars, reading time, heavy reading time. Your main message, you're undergoing a massive soul transformation right now, and true inner soul transformation, I think it really, really comes years into your healing journey. We go through that initial quantum jump where that's where the physical gets removed. We lose the home, the job, the love, the whatever it may be. It's like we really have to reset our life in the physical, and that's when usually you go through your initial, spiritual awakening. And I always say that initial soul discovery, even though it's gut-wrenching from the physical things we've lost, you're in the midst of seeing the universe correctly for the first time. So there's so much magic in your soul. And of course, that's a very hard transformation. But when you go through the true connection to your higher self, your higher self's emotion before the physical comes, this is very confronting. And to really connect to your higher self's emotion, you go through a long period of really sitting in the emotion of the version of yourself that you've been working so hard to heal. So the anxiety, the stress, the lack of motivation, the numbness, the emptiness, the anger, the frustration. And in this moment that you go through this, and it's normally longer than any ascension that you've gone through, you can really start lacking faith. You can really lose hope of what you've once envisioned. You really start to question your whole spiritual journey. You start to question if this was just a phase. It's like that deep connection you once felt to spirit, not to your higher self, but to spirit. It starts to dwindle away, and everything that you've been walking through and everything that you've been trying to gain or transform feels like it comes to a standstill. And I even find through this period, some people, especially if you've given up, substances or, certain addictive traits in your life, this stuff might start to resurface as well. It's like you really start to embody that past version of yourself that you have been working so hard to heal. Now, the reason this happens is, and I talk about this stuff all the time, whenever you're going through a minor ascension, which normally lasts 5 to 7 days, there's normally a fixation. There's normally something that really overwhelms you. Let it be a broken heart, stressing about finances, family. There's normally a singular kind of thing you focus on, right? Because you're ascending that layer of trauma. And I always say when we're ascending, we feel numb. We feel blank because we're resetting a thought pattern. Now, when you are truly at the point of connecting to your emotional higher self, and I just keep saying emotional because I always say this with abundance. We need to find our internal abundance before our external abundance is released. It's the same when we truly connect to our higher self. So not always relying on our spirit team, our ancestral team, our creator, but understanding our higher self embodies all of that as one. So instead of relying on all that, you rely on you, that version you've been trying to reach this whole journey. Now, to get to that point, that true emotional point, instead of having one focus through an ascension, you are having to ascend everything you've been working on achieving or removing. Okay? And I call this the void period. Now, personally, from what I've seen through the people I have, coached for a long time, or even myself, void period, it is long. It can last a month, even more than a month. And this is when your true commitment gets tested. And I feel that's exactly where this right collective is. It's not that you're losing yourself. Well, it actually is. but you're losing yourself for the better. But it's not that all those things you're feeling right now, this is when that true inner strength, all those tools, all those tricks, everything you've been working on, everything that maybe you advise other people with, especially if you're a spiritual healer, a mentor, you need to start really embodying your teachings. This is those moments you really need to turn to prayer, to gratitude, to the connection of you, the you you've been trying to reach, the end of that abundant timeline. This is the time when, instead of fighting it or questioning it, this is when you truly release and surrender to it. And this part of the journey can break so many, but just know you are about to come out the other end. And everything you've been working towards is all going to start coming together in one beautiful puzzle. So you've been working on this puzzle piece over there, that puzzle piece over here, over here, over here. Now they're starting to combine. Okay. And it is a long process. It's a daunting process. But just listen to your body and don't push yourself through this time. Take time for you. Take time for rest, rejuvenation. But just know, for the right collective, that finish line's approaching, but you need to keep having belief. And you need to, and it's not belief in the external, it's belief in you and your internal. Remember, like I said before, this void period connecting to your higher being starts with the emotion first, the true sovereignty. Finally learning to surrender to the need of external abundance to make this journey valid. Okay? This is powerful. And this is you really coming into internal union and surrender. Ride your wave of emotion. Okay. Long intro, but let's get into it. First, I just want to see a message from the universe to you, you beautiful collective. Okay, more than ever, magnetize through gratitude, at least 15 minutes a day. Gratitude for what you already have, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you consume, the home you live in, whatever it is you have already. Gratitude. Gratitude to your power, your self-discovery, your higher self. Magnetize through gratitude. Just when you first initially awaken and you finally don't feel alone, you see the signs, the synchronicities, you see those beautiful, magical things that make you feel like you're just a walking miracle. That's still around you, even though you feel numb, even though you feel a void. It's around you more than ever. So those moments that the complete stillness of, and it's actually funny I use the word stillness because that's what it is. When there's nothing floating through you, no emotion, literally that numbness. It's not numb, it's still. And that's where you're finally getting to. Instead of having a life with a roller coaster of motion, those moments you find stillness from a life of never feeling stillness, people think it's numbness. What's wrong with me? What's this? What's that? You're finally clearing. You're finally clearing subconscious programming you've been working so hard to clear. But I always say, retraining a habit, finally letting go, it's confronting. And when you're so used to an abruptive up and down brain, and to access your higher self, you are going to be going through rapid changing temperament. But those moments of stillness, which are normally the most overwhelming, you need to teach yourself, no, this is how my mind should have been my whole life. But unfortunately, my trauma, my upbringing made me so comfortable in a rapid changing temperament. Now when I do not feel the rapid changing temperament, I feel there's something wrong. There's nothing wrong. You're learning to feel properly. Right now, Focus on your self-love, your self-worth, your value, your self-respect. Do mirror work. So not just 15 minutes of gratitude, but at least 15 minutes of mirror work. Stare into that mirror. Speak to your highest version, who is you, in that mirror. Affirm till you believe the words you're saying. Affirm till you can look yourself straight in the eye with a beautiful smile and not feel embarrassment, not feel like someone's watching you. Affirm. Affirm your greatness in confidence. Remember, you are 5% of our population. You are the 5% of the population that is meant to change this world. Embrace your power. Embrace your greatness. And say it with confidence. You're almost there. Your void period is almost there. It's almost over. But don't let that fox play with your mind. Stillness, not numbness, is beautiful. Because that means whatever comes your way that activates your trauma you've been working so hard to heal, your abandonment, your codependence, your whatever it is, you're going to learn to feel this emotion and not be reactive, not curl in bed and cry and feel like everything's over. Go back to your initial awakening when you lost everything in the physical. How hard that was to lose physical attachments, external attachments. Whatever you face now, where it comes to loss of external, because you're truly finding your sovereignty, it'll never overwhelm you in that extent again. You will understand what you're feeling in those moments. You will understand that it's just another fire or another emotional lesson to get through. You will understand it's unlocking an opportunity. And right now, you can't see the opportunity. In the right collective, you feel like giving up. This is when you need to fight for you. And fight for everything you've been working so hard for. Emotionally, internally. I just want to make it clear. This is the internal transformation before the external transformation. The opportunity is knocking at your door. That's a door, right? But it's like it's caged. And again, this is what you're releasing. The fear that this has all been for nothing. But why is that fear? Because of the external attachment. When is my abundance going to flow? When is my love going to come in? When is this going to happen? When is all those things this is what you're releasing. It doesn't matter. I'm finding my sovereignty. That's when the true door opens. Your need for wanting more. You're finally burying the past. You're letting go. And I always say, it's funny, I find a lot of people that hit this void period, you actually have a ceremony for your past self. You farewell that past version, but always remember that past version. Because without that past version, all those small steps, big accomplishments, all those small steps to become your present self, who's connecting to your highest self, your true judgment energy. And this, like I said before, letting go of this version, it takes time. It's not like any other ascension you would have ever faced, but you're getting there. Day by day, hour by hour. Now is the time you reflect, you write, you journal. Time your rapid changing temperament. Time everything. So in a few weeks, instead of, maybe 1 hour feeling like this, 1 hour feeling like that, you'll start to realize, hold on, I can hold that emotion for about 3-4 hours. And then it'll go to, wow, I'm sitting in the same emotion all day. Write it down. Reflect. Write exactly what you're feeling. You're getting there. Okay, let's confirm these. So through your gratitude, through you magnetizing in your present, your breakthrough's coming. Your mind's eye is evolving. It might not feel like it, but it is. And again, that's you, bearing that past version. Any rebirth, even short ascensions, they knock you for 6. So the void period, and this is why they build so much strength. And this is why healing takes years. Because like I said before, not many people can get through this period. You've needed to gain the strength from every ascension, every rebirth, to face this period. This is why I say healing cannot be rushed. Like I said before, this period breaks so many. This period, sometimes people give up on their spiritual outlook, either turn back to religion or they turn back to the mundane 9-to-5 job. They go straight back into that 85% and they take what they've been through down to a spiritual psychosis or a period in their life they lost their mind. Some people through this period turn to, and I'm not a healthcare professional, I'm just relaying what I've witnessed throughout my many years of doing this. They go to a therapist or a psychiatrist. They get medicated for depression. This truly breaks people, this period. But everyone thinks every ascension and every this is all for gain. No, it was to build the strength for this chapter. And the right collective, you'll understand this. And we say as a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel, I'm here to confirm it. You would have had these downloads, you would have had these intuition spurts, but because you're not feeling yourself, and again you're questioning everything, this is really creating your true breakthrough, your true release of what comes next. And P.S. I'm seeing splitting headaches with that bloody thing going through the eyeball. When we go through this, it's not just internal, emotional, but physical symptoms. The palpitating headaches, some people get migraines, the sore joints. I always say sore shoulders. I feel it's your wings coming out of you. You might not see those wings, but it's those beautiful, big, bright wings that you're finding. Okay, the lower back, the very bad, severe lower back pain, the sacral clearing, true sacral clearing, sore knees, sore ankles. You get the physical symptoms, okay? Numbness, tingling through your body. Some people come down with a fever. Some people get really sick. Some people lose a lot of weight. I always say a true soul awakening, and you might have felt this or saw this when you went through your initial Kundalini. Your body just burns through your fat storage, okay? I don't know if you've noticed a lot of people that truly spiritually activate, they just shed without changing diet, nothing. It's that burning through the cells, okay? There's a reason this is coming up for this collective. Maybe you've started losing a lot of weight and you're not doing anything different and you're like, where is this coming from? It's your body truly ascending. But yeah, definitely headaches for the right collective. You're about to shine. Again, it doesn't feel like it, but you are. This is underneath because you're finally going to truly tap into your worth, truly. Your true self-respect. You're going to truly believe how powerful you are at the other end of this. Okay. It's going to be better than you could have ever have imagined. Remember, you're almost there. Look at you. You've got 3 cards here of the cocooning. the rebirthing, the burying the old version, truly being reborn. Okay, I always say this is coming to my mind. I always say when you first activate, right? So let's just say this collective, I'm hearing 5. Let's say it was 5 years ago. Okay, when you truly awaken to this world, that's how old you truly are. 5 years. So if you've hit this void period in 5 years, be proud of yourself. If they've granted you this access in 5 years, you are bloody powerful. To relearn life and emotion, not that you feel it right now. Now you feel lost. Now you feel, right now as you're watching this, you feel like, what was this all for? You don't feel like you've healed anything, but you have. Just breathe through this time. Strengthen your connection to source. Your higher self, I should say. Shake, release, especially that past, okay? And of course, to ascend through this is why you're living. Right now, you're living in all past things that were holding you back still. Because your higher self is trying to show you, yes, you've been healing, but were you healing for the right thing? Was your healing journey always for the external? What you were going to gain from this? This is why they're igniting all of this in the front of your mind. They're wanting you to really understand your sovereignty and how you will always be protected. Where there is bad karma, there is always good karma. But you shouldn't care about that. You should just care about being the best version of yourself. I always say this true journey is for us to really serve humanity. I always say true healers, when you help others, your soul sparkles. It's understanding by you helping this world is what makes you sparkle. It's not all the other things you thought you were healing to gain. Okay, so of course, to release that, like any ascension, they're going to make it full focus. Like the puzzle piece here. But now, void period, you're focusing on it all because you're strong enough to now. Okay, you're going to be going through nostalgia. You're probably going to be missing a past place you lived in or a past job you had, or you're going over multiple past love situations, maybe even really weird things you're finding on your socials, like those other relationships maybe you had obsession for and they're popping back up and you're like, oh, I got the ick, how did I act like that, how did I this? They're trying to show you so many things from the past coming full circle. Don't make it fit, details for a reason. When you go through this, you're having to relive so much to show you how far you've come. But when the old belief system of the shame that, oh, how did I do that? Society's expectation, what you were programmed to act like. Does that make sense? See it, feel it. Instead of seeing negative or shame, feel, oh my God, look at how far I've come. Okay. To really remove the old, you have to relive the old. So that's what's happening. But this collective, it's all to shake and release. And now more than ever, we always talk about seeing things outside of the box, seeing lessons outside of the box. Now more than ever, this is what you need strength to do. When you're in it, pause, feel it, but be strong enough to say, okay, what is this emotion outside of the box? Okay. Because your prayers are about to be answered. Every tear you've ever cried was collected. It was saved. I always say the most powerful glowing threads, manifestations as our community would call them, they take years to come in. Example, this is coming to my mind for a reason. When I was younger, me and my best friend since we were 4, but we were little witchy poos and we used to do little spells and we used to do just some crazy stuff. And out the back of her house, she had this little creek. And funny enough, the neighbor that moved across from her, we both had such a crush on. We were 11 years old. And we did a little love spell. And this person's name was actually my person's name. So when I was 11 years old, I called this person in. And and that love didn't find me till I was 30. So there's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. It's like those crazy full circle moments that you realize your whole life has been fated and destined and magical. And it's so funny because when we're children, that's when the veil's the thinnest, and we've created so much magic for our life when we were very young and we don't even know it. And it's funny, I say this about true divines. When you've really connected to your divine person, you look back on your life and their name has followed you around your whole life. Their birthday, the house numbers you lived in, or exes had their name, or, you know, the school you went to, the little spells that you did when you were younger. There's a reason this is coming to my mind. Maybe this right collective, you just had a full circle moment like that. You realized you had a manifestation without you even knowing from such a young age that finally came in. Or this is an important detail for this collective because I never open up about myself on here. So just believe. My whole life was planned, especially this period you're going through now. Okay, almost there. Yeah, you're finally relieving this. That's been the theme. This period is to relieve expectation and trust. You're about to be granted a very powerful key to a very powerful door. The door that this opportunity of what comes next has been knocking for so long. But they wanted to really see and believe through testing your commitment that you weren't reliant on external, that you really understood this was connecting you to who you were always meant to be, the version that has been lost every lifetime here in this condemnment that you've been trying to find through every soul contract you've signed, through every reincarnation. This is the lifetime you're finally getting there. Healing is always and has always been for you. And that's what you're starting to realize. And once you break free from this and finally truly releasing the fear of what comes next and just surrendering, truly surrendering, not just saying it for a day and then the next day, like truly making this a permanent emotion in you, that is when the true door opens, because you're not relying on it anymore. And side note, you could have just found a beautiful key randomly or lost a key and then refound it. Keys are a magical sign on. Okay, opportunity. Because you truly learned your sacred boundaries and all that really matters. You are the spiritual panther, the spiritual protector, and just how you forever protect them. And you unite the people around you through our sacred teachings. They are always around you, protecting you. Just because you can't see them, unicorn energy, doesn't mean they're not there. Remember, they've collected every single one of your tears. They've all been kept for a very magical moment that is approaching. Okay. Small steps, big. You've always been so much more than what you've been bound to. And you're starting to realize that. Again, do you realize that right now? No. But this is why it's had to be so long and progressive. And again, I said 5 years for a reason. If it's only been 5 years, that's nothing. Be proud of yourself. Some people can be on this spiritual evolution 20, 30 years and still haven't hit this period. Okay? Trust. You've always been so much more. They had to test. Fire. To not just see your commitment to them, but your commitment to yourself and how you've never given up. To truly believe you have blood of fire and steel. To truly believe you can get through anything. But believe it. Not just say it, but believe it. plane taking off. Sign. Takeoff season. Okay. Some very specific collective, because like I said, some people don't even get... we lost that part. So I just wanted to get what you're currently going through right now. That was universal guidance for you. I just wanted to see what you were sitting in emotionally. And the only card that came up was Universe. We've only got 4. The only card that came up was Universe, but it's the number 7. And I was just explaining, if you are a life path 7, we have 3 numbers we're ruled by, but 7s, and I always say this, until you find balance in your destiny or birth energy, life just feels unfulfilling, constantly on cycles, constantly on repeat. 7s, your true destiny in life is your enlightened path. 7s are ruled by emotion. 7s are ruled by intellect. You're ruled by the mind. So empathy and the mind, right? So until you balance that in life, it's an overwhelm. 7s naturally, and it's normally around your 30s, you will either delve into enlightenment, spirituality, or really be drawn to religion. This is what balances you guys, right? It's the reason I'm delving into this for this collective. 7's important. Another one of your numbers could be 4. 4 cards came out. But right now, even through your overwhelm, even those little moments you're wanting to give up, you're unbending. You know you're ruled by infinite energy. You know your connection to source is powerful. You're enduring. You're eternal. You're a creation of the divine. You're awakening more, and I think even though you don't feel it, you know deep in your soul there's something powerful transitioning, but because you're going through a state of stillness, numbness, doesn't feel like that right now. But your higher perspective, your higher self's emotion is what you're connecting to right now. The version of yourself, because this place is a multiverse, all of our timelines are playing out at once, if people want to believe that or not. That is why mediums, psychics, we can connect, because we see your timelines, right? Your highest timeline, where you're achieving everything, right? The reason you're achieving it is because your highest self has an abundant internal soul, internal emotion, right? What we think we create, right? That is why you guys need to connect to your higher self's emotion before you connect to the external gain. So why, when you guys activate 4D mind, I'm going to achieve this. And unfortunately, it's part of the healing journey, the phases. That's what you hold on to, what you're going to gain. But this collective, you're transitioning out of the gain to the stillness, to the knowing, to the sovereignty. Make sense? So even deep down in your soul, you're starting to understand emotion always comes first. Balance always comes first. Internal yin and yang, internal union comes first. Union frequency comes from seeing my own union, my connection to who I was always born to be, emotionally, internally, first. Right, collective? This will make sense. You're starting to, in those little moments that you can breathe at the moment, you know this is for the bigger picture at play, okay? It's all that is, you, the creative force, the law of one, understanding one, your higher self, one, creator, all one. We said that before. Instead of praying to your spirit team and this and that, you're starting to realize I am all of that in one. I embody the same stardust. I am one with the world, the universe, the multiverse around me. Okay, beautiful. But you feel like it's a coin toss right now. The repairman. You're repairing your inner soul the right way. 7 and 6, 7th of the 6, 6 of the 7. Leo, Libra energy. Repair, you're fine-tuning, you're in-depth healing, you're fixing what was still broken, okay? But there's many working parts at play right now for this reset. All your wheels are coming together, All right, puzzle pieces. This puzzle piece you built, that puzzle piece you built over there, they're coming in as one beautiful puzzle. Do you feel it right now? No. Does the depth of your soul feel it right now? Yeah, in your moments of light and gratitude. So focus on gratitude more, so we can sit in this more than less right now, okay, to make this period as easy as we can for you. But making adjustments, you're recovering, okay, making things right, mending what was broken, and another, reset, restore. You're upgrading, okay. Your mind, and we said that at the start, confirming, but your imagination, yes, you may be feeling creatively blocked, but it's improving. Might not feel like it, but it is. Groundbreaking developments. It's okay to fail. I'll just keep doing it again and again. I'm not going to give up. I've gotten this far. Inspired ideas, setting trends, mastermind. So again, this could be trickling. So let's just say, and I always say this as well, when you guys first activate, you think you connect to your birthright, but it's just a moving puzzle piece. It's just, and true tools you need for your grand scheme, right? And you see it through like influencers and stuff. They start off as influencers, then they turn into business people. And then, why am I hearing the Pauls right now? I know that rubs up a lot of people the wrong way, but just example, it's like they started off as YouTubers. Now they're world athletes. Like, it's, what you've been doing was just a tool to strengthen your belt for what comes next. So through this period, right, you're not there just yet, but you would be Page of Swords right now, wanting to do more, expanding things. Let it be you're on some sort of path, but you're noticing you're gravitating and wanting more or doing other things. What you've been doing was just to get the tools under your belt. And I say this all the time about birthright. We think we're on our path. We think we know all the... No, it was just a chapter of your book. Maybe this collective, it was a whole novel that you had written in this chapter. It's time to rewrite your next story. And intuitively, the right collective, you're already being guided to start doing other things. But because you feel numb, you might be very paused and still right now, and maybe pushing off that inspired action or that intuition. That's okay. Be gentle on yourself. But things are going to start rolling in a different direction, but in a positive way. I think we said, peace, Rose. 3rd of the 10th, 10th of the 3rd. Peace, harmony, optimism. And optimism is needed in this time, as hard as it may be to find. Survival, resilience, perseverance. The camel. Through rain, hail, or shine, you will not give up. You have stored so much water in those humps to get you through any terrain. So much emotional evolution, water, small steps, big accomplishments through all your ascensions to get you through any terrain, especially this one. Okay? Your whole life has been preparing you for this. Your childhood trauma, the trauma you faced through your adolescence, past loves, past grievances, lost jobs, it was all for this next chapter. Okay? Renewal after hardships. Infinite possibilities approach, and maybe new friendships are going to start coming around as well. You might actually start truly connecting to the right soul tribe. Okay, remember, as our frequency changes, just like your initial quantum jump, you're going to recycle some things right now. Okay, because your frequency is changing. There's the coin toss. That's what I said with this card. Stop it. So 6 of the 2nd, 2nd of the 6th, 26 could be an important number. So everything feels up and down like a coin toss in your life right now, but choices. Right now you've pros and cons and this and that really sums up the first part of this reading. But fate, and we had that deviation. You've had things in place since you were a child, and you might not know it. Okay, maybe this was another reason this reading was finding you, to drop a penny. Oh my God, I remember that at that age, or that age, or that age. Oh my God, everything really is faded. Although if you're at this period in your journey, the right collective, you would understand that. You're seeing two sides to every, you're starting to have more compromise with people and grievances and resentment, harbored resentment, anger, frustration, because you're having to face it. You're having to relive it. But where in the past, maybe, and this is also why I say your whole journey, for anybody, you should write down everything so you have things to reflect back on. Like, so let's say if last year, because cycles, right? So last year, June last year, you probably were facing similar kind of things, but if you haven't written that down, you can't reflect back. I always say this journey, you need to have a pen and paper. You need to have a diary so you can reflect on how far you've come. But for this collective to just naturally be seeing other sides and understanding, and that in itself, huge feat, huge accomplishment. But because you've been learning this gradually, it's like you don't even understand you've transitioned into this. And this is something you've really healed because it's been small steps. Make sense? Periodic assessment is so important on a healing journey. Because right now, this right collective, you feel like, have I even healed? You've overcome so much, especially your compassion and understanding to other people's grievances. So what are you really learning? Unconditional love for all walks of life. What spirituality is to unite, to have understanding, empathy for all, understanding for all. Make sense? This collective, you're really learning this. Truly, not just saying it, not just, I love and light. It's like you're truly, truly learning this. You're learning to walk the in-between. But things feel unpredictable right now. There could be moments of denial. What was this all for? Is this this? Is this that? If you're pushing away readings, I wouldn't be surprised, the right collective, you're not even watching readings right now because you're not coming from a place of lack. If you're watching this right now, this is because your higher self is wanting you to understand what you're going through and have faith in your journey and not give up, right? But the right collective, you're not coming from, you're starting to understand your own answers, your own claircognizance, your own knowing, right? You're not reliant on other people's knowing. So if anything, readings would be triggering you. You'd be pushing it away, and you might think you're pushing it away because of denial or this is the, no, it's because you don't need it. You don't need it anymore. You're not coming from a place of lack. You're coming into your sovereignty. Who cares what's coming next? I don't care about that anymore. So of course you'd be pushing other people's information or guidance away because you're starting to trust in your center and the only connection that really matters up there. You up there. You are one with the universe around you. Okay. This is a reading, especially for people who might not be here just yet on this, that you save and you watch, even if it's just an ascension period, even if it's not a void period, it's an ascension period, something to turn back to and have more understanding of your emotion and to not let your emotions swallow you up. These are the shadow work. I think healing work can be very glorified instead of understanding to really have a phoenix, to really connect to your higher self. That is gut-wrenching. That is not easy. It's not easy whatsoever. And it's years of pain. It's years of confronting a version of ourself that's held us back. It's years of it. It gets to a point, I say there's a phase of spiritual depression. That's kind of what the void period is. It's a spiritual depression. It's hard. Okay. But the flag. And I've put this 6 underneath this 6, the repairman. That white flag, surrender to what you're feeling. Achievement, recognition, success, victory, winner, conquest. This is coming, but we're repairing the parts of the puzzle, bringing it in together. Again, external abundance doesn't enter till internal abundance. I say it all the time. Plans are coming into fruition, but who cares? This is what you're releasing. You're going to be the king, queen of the mountain. This is beautiful. Let's get one for universe. That should have been under universe, but I'm going to leave it. Master! So you're no longer a teacher, you're becoming a master. So again, all of the tools that you've learned was just a chapter. That wasn't your solidified path. I always say this, just because we sign our soul contract, we come into this world with amnesia. No matter how powerful you are, it's our Creator's plan. But now that you're really starting to believe that Creator, you embody the same energy. This is why it's all going to start being released. You were never a master. You were a teacher learning to become a master. Discipline. So right now under the universe, they're saying just remember discipline. Okay, there's a reason I deviated about old addictions or just mental discipline right now. Focus, structure, teaching, training, conquering, overcoming. Okay, learning a new skill set, which we said. You're in flow. You're a commanding presence. Again, doesn't feel like it right now, but you're there. 7th of the 9th, 9th of the 7th. Okay, cufflinks underneath the inventor. So you're affluent, or you will be. Personal expression, maybe certain cultural beliefs or other religious teachings or spiritual teachings you're really starting to dive into, or certain mythology about wealth. This is all the things that are coming, right? Not that you need to know. All right, but 10th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 10th is important. Peace and rose. You will have someone by your side. Multiple people at that. So with this peace, harmony, optimism, resilience, renewal after hardship, goodwill, all of this stuff, friendship, synchronized, alliance, partnership, unison, equality, collaboration, togetherness, harmony, new love, 2 of a kind with balloons. 2-2, 22nd of the 10th, but 2-2-2, unexpected blessings, miracles, true duality. Fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, aspiration, success, joy, higher perspective, cheerful, stress-free, because you're finding stillness. And you got 2 here as well. Beautiful. This is the door, right? Oh my God, the coin toss, and then you got 50-50, and 2 again, 2-2-2-2, literally. Stop it. So this is what is overwhelming you, because again here, you don't need to know this about life. So I always say life doesn't get easier, we get better. So even with your new whatever it is, there's always going to be emotion of 50-50. Is this? That's just life. No matter what master you are, no matter how much you've connected to your abundant timeline, not just emotionally but physically, that's life. We're here. Earth, our contentment. It's never meant to just be all sunshine and roses, but you're going to learn how to overcome it. Okay? You'll always have questioning with everything, but this is why you're finding stillness in emotion, and we said it before. So when it comes up in the future, you know how to ride the wave of it. You know how to not let it create a bad projection. Okay? You understand it. This will always be life, but it's learning how to ride the wave of that emotion in the right way, forever and always. And at the bottom you've got bodybuilder. Maybe you've been really wanting to work on fitness, or you've been getting back into, bodybuilding. That could be part of your path, this collective. Maybe you're meant to, I always say, unfortunately, the fitness industry, I think fitness is so important to everybody, but I don't think there's many people that teach the right thing, especially for women. Okay. I think there's a big niche to be broken into about, oh my God, Constellations, that song. I love that song. But you're connecting to the stars. Okay. About proper women's health and mental strength, and diet culture can just be very toxic, especially for this generation. Okay, so there's a reason I'm saying this for this collective. Maybe you've thought that as well, that is part of your path to help, women around you or young teenagers, or reason it's coming to my mind. Okay, I just want to see animal energy, and then oh my God. Oh my God. You just got 2 of the eggs out of 3, but you're taming this in reverse. Good. You just got the cosmic egg. You got the golden egg. There's only 3 eggs. Holy moly. So you really are coming into balance. This cosmic egg is the final chapter. I have to read this to you. Did you see my little eyeballs light up? Holy moly. And let's take fire and energy away from it. Like the energy of this card, that's going to be you soon. You. And this is where you needed to build strength, backbone, energetical balance. It's like that's going to be you, and all these lands are just coming towards you. That's what I saw straight away. That's more of getting through, and let's be real, the theme of your emotion now, you're facing anger, but it's to clear it, right? But anyway, let's read these. I can't believe you just got those 2 eggs. What the? Listen to this cosmic egg. Beautiful. Final one. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the infinite within the finity. The infinite within the finity. Sorry, tongue-tied. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness, your higher self's emotion. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace we experience self-realization, proper self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us. Spontaneously. Doesn't feel like it now, but it will. We'll come into that oneness. And it's funny because I think for the right collective, I feel this has been trickling in for a while, but you're aligning with one of the most, this full moon tomorrow, biggest full moon in the past 50 years. Sign. And oneness spontaneously rises within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we'll never get there. Oh, that one card sums up this collective's energy at the moment. Or that we just travel alone and we feel disconnected from others. And there's a reason we brought up you'll meet the right people soon, okay? Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer of a flash of interconnectedness. You know what movie I just saw in my mind? King Arthur. Have you seen that? The newer one? It's like, there's a reason that just came to my mind. You know, okay, so he's meant to be the king, right? And his dad ends up dying, getting killed by his uncle, right? And then he's shipped off into a boat and he ends up living with these prostitutes. And anyway, he gets raised as like a fighter and he kind of takes money and he's just a real little gremlin, right? But he completely has amnesia to who the boy with the stone. Remember that cartoon as a kid? You could have watched that. The one, what was his name? And he had the wizard Merlin, and it was the cartoon version, and he pulled the stone out of the sword out of the stone. It's like a remade version of that, but it's really good. You guys should watch it if you haven't watched it, but there's a reason I'm saying it for this collective. It's like you were always born with your gem. You were always born with your path, but through life and life's turbulence and the way you were brought up and just life in general, it's like you had lost vision. You had completely forgotten who you were born to be, but you've been learning all the tools of the trade. Okay, just like Arthur did, you were learning all the tools of the trade to finally step into your birthright. Okay, this cosmic egg energy. There is a reason that movie just came to my mind so powerfully. This collective, you either love it or you need to watch it because you'll really resonate with that story. Okay. Its potent energy stays with us. This cosmic egg is a remedy for fragmentation of modern life. And that's what's fragmenting around you. You're releasing that. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life. So the contract you signed in when you chose your vessel. And life holds on to us. Life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. And the crown chakra. So more gratitude, more magnetism. Listen to more than 999, the very high hertz. High hertz, really connect to up above frequency right now. Golden egg, that's my little Buddha. So you're coming into balance emotionally. This fire ant is truly about like aggression and removing kind of unwanted burdens energetically, that fiery temper, right? But I straight away saw that, yes, you're going through that, especially with that coin toss. You're starting to understand all emotion and compromise and unconditional love, right? But I was literally seeing this as all these little ants just coming into flock, okay? Very nice. Oh, and the lizard, the spiritual, so you don't feel it now, but he's so interconnected before words are even spoken. So you've always had your 4D vision. You've always just had a deep sense of knowing, and it's just activating more and more. Words do not need to be spoken. Things do not need to be seen for you to believe. That is what you are starting to learn. You are surrendering. You are surrendering to your time. You can feel it, but it doesn't mean you have to hold on to it and be anxious about it. And it's like, I just need to release and trust. You've been on a journey that's taken a long time, but boy, oh boy, might not feel like it now, but you've strengthened every single part of your soul doing it. And you're going through that final, well, not final, I say we always evolve, but this is a tough one, this one. This is before the floodgates open. This takes time. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. The divine messenger, the bird of truth, all you need is your truth. You don't need to be reliant on other people's truth. You just need to rely on your connection, and that the things that you speak, the things that you do are so impactful. You chose this lifetime for a reason. Back to that self-love, self-worth, self-respect card. You need to really believe in how powerful you are. Truly. To have the eagle by your side. You are the eagle, child. You're meant to change so many lives. So many lives. And like I said at the start, this collective, when you put sparkle into someone, you feel sparkle in your soul. Even if it's just those moments, you give good advice to someone and you're like, oh, it's like you know you've impacted someone and it makes you feel so good inside. You're meant to do this on a large scale, but you needed to build your strength. I always say, wherever there is power, there is a lot of people that want to bring you down. And you needed to learn that what others say, especially this day and age, so you just see people, they're so opinionated and judgmental. I think that's how we've been programmed to be. Someone sees someone in success, they get triggered, they want to bring them down. They're nasty. You needed to learn that stuff doesn't matter. You need compassion and understanding for all walks of life, that your truth matters. And the people that are meant to hear your truth or be changed by your truth or impacted by your truth will always find you. Always. And if see or embody or, understand your truth, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You'll always align with the right people. Okay, and the crow coming out of the darkness, understanding where to go to gather your sweet nectar. You've gone through a very long, transformative period of soul discovery, but it was all to make you truly understand and believe in miracles, that you are a walking miracle, and to teach you not to hold on to the burdens, but to hold on to the sweetness, to hold on to the joys, the simplicities of life. Okay, and that takes a long time to learn. Look at how this world is programmed. We're programmed to feel we need everything. Look at how this world has developed through decades, through centuries. Started with, not even being able to candlelight, and then it went to electricity, then it went to TVs, then it went to, it's just constantly, we've been programmed through evolution. We need. Wrong. This was meant to take you back to your sovereignty. That's a hard one to learn through a world that's so greedy and excessive. Okay. very hard thing to learn. And to trust your sight. Just because your sight, you have sight, but your timing might not be right when it comes to you, it doesn't mean your sight's wrong. You are the guardian of magic. Okay. All right, I just want to get a couple of these, and then we're going to get tarot for you. The red rose. Don't worry, darling, you will you're finding your way. Number 18, overcoming obstacles, finding joy again. You're about to be carefree. And look at that beautiful rose just staring back at her with that little eyeball. You could love roses. You could grow roses. You could dry out rose petals. One of my favorite cards, the Great Goddess. You're coming home to yourself. Number 32, look, your old version's getting sucked away and you're returning home to the heart space you had lost through life. You're transcending your divinity and Shakti, so your center, your awakening, your Kundalini energy. And truly connecting to up above, 32. This is powerful. The gifted guide, which you sure are. It's time to remember that. Number 20, you don't need to have it all figured out. You're not meant to. You're meant to have surprises. You're meant to have that beautiful moment of excitement and more to come. You're not meant to know all the answers. How boring would this world be if we knew all of our answers? We all deserve a bit of excitement. But stars, you're finding opportunities through your emotional chaos right now. Again, might not feel like it, but you are. Sweet oblivion. So this is underneath overcoming obstacles, finding joy, and carefree. Perfect pairing. Number 40. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. It's okay to not know. It's okay to feel this. Have more grace with yourself right now. Uncertainty, fate, humor. Maybe you've lost a little bit of your humor of recent. Doesn't surprise me. Magic. You got magic, the Great Goddess, the gifted guide. Number 8. I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. That's been a huge lesson, especially with this gifted guide. Power, beginnings, transformation. Don't underestimate your greatness. You are the Great Goddess, God. Yin and yang. And that was the big... Did you see that flip in my hand? And 2. Coming into your proper internal union. I am in divine flow and I move in alignment. Yin and yang, unity, balanced energy for your glowing threads. Finally, because it starts from within before it starts throughout. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just trust. Emotional balance always comes first. Like I said, we talk about it all the time, but people just, it doesn't register. People say, oh yeah, but they still just focus on manifesting external. This collective, you're getting it. It always starts from in here. How can we bring in the right thing if we're not balanced? We're just going to repeat the same shit. Okay. Very nice. Oh my God. And then at the bottom, the sun. Yes. The time has come. Just be patient. It's coming. Manifestation power 1111. Your destiny's unfolding. And that is number 11. Letting go of the past finally. The right way. Okay. I wanted to... Let's get... If the High Priestess comes out, I'm not meant to get your future because I just feel this collective, it doesn't matter. You just need to believe. But... Okay, so if the High Priestess comes out, let's roll the dice though. Let's see, if a 6 comes out, I'm just meant to leave it. 3. I'm not putting a timing on it. It could be 3 days, 3 months, 3 weeks, another 3 years. I'm not putting it. Whoa. 26. And that was an important number before. Or 26 could be, your birthday could be 26th of March, but 26 is, or 26th of March, right? Okay, did you see that? But no timing. This is just what's unfolding for you. Okay, so don't hold on to timing. And I'm going to be honest. There's a part of me that doesn't feel I should do this. If you're having intuition to close out of this part right now, do it. Okay? You don't need to know this is what you're releasing. Doesn't matter what's coming. For all the people that are going to clock out right now, I'm just going to give you a surrender card. Wheel of Fortune! I just slid it on. Sign. Let's just give you a surrender card. Surrender to the wisdom of your body, your emotions. So if intuitively you want to click out, don't watch. Okay, maybe you need to come back and watch it at a later date when, I don't know, there's a reason I'm saying this. There's a reason I say everything. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, just be cautious. Focus on you right now. What makes you happy? If you are energized and happy, move forward. Surrender to trust. Truth. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Even my own. Trust your own claircognizance. Remember before I said you really know when you're coming into an internal union because you're not relying on external anymore. You just get it. You just trust. Swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Love it. The wonder and awe, the magic of the world. Your signs, your synchronicities, your connection to source. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonderment in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy and flow. Truth. Defense, and you would be tested with it because you're not feeling yourself. So see, this is probably your biggest emotional trigger right now, and your defensiveness is probably coming through harbored resentment or just blocked emotion that needs to be unblocked. But just be careful if you are being defensive in your surroundings, a little bit intolerant, just be more aware of it, okay? Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. Choose silence, choose stillness. That's answer enough. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear non-defensive response. Even though I'm saying silence, I always say you find emotion. If you want to react, you find emotional center, you find compromise within yourself and this person's outlook before expressing. So your silence might take a week or 2 weeks, but you always want to readdress what the situation was so you're not sweeping it under the rug, okay? But this is a lesson for this collective with that coin toss, really understanding both sides and the compromise which you're working on. So of course they're going to keep testing you with this. And surrender to your low self-esteem. You're amazing, you're powerful. Keep affirming yourself and your soul, okay? Okay, now, oh my God, resentment was, it's coming from places of resentment, sign, okay, from all the shit you've excused, but it was your choice, okay? So, but anyway, again, if the High Priestess comes out, I'm stopping this because you should just want a surprise of what's coming. But anyway, let's see. Oh, your soul contract, that's what's coming. The Lovers. Harmony, duality, balance. But the right decisions, because you're going to know how to make the right decisions. This says partnership, being in love, commitment, choices, crossroads, harmonized relationships, because you've harmonized your relationship with your higher self. It's like the only card you need. Just saying. Your soul contract's coming. That's what's coming. Marriage, commitment, community, foundation. That is my 20 card. I wouldn't be surprised if this collective you're on your divine journey, but you're no longer twin flames, you're divine. You've hit your light. Celebration, wedding, stability, partnership, action, foundation, community. prosperity. All your hard work is going to be for something. But your lesson was to never... The reason you have been sad or anxious about this because you don't believe in yourself. You believed you would never get it because you didn't see yourself. This is what you're going through now, this transformation, your power to understand yourself. This should never have been a fear. You're an amazing, loving, divine child. The only reason you had fear and anxiety because you didn't see yourself. You were so attached to a face or a this, or you're not feeling good enough. This is what you were meant to learn. You're extraordinary. You're going to be very happy. Okay? I don't think you need any more cards than that. Just know your community, your heart center, your emotion, your love life. It's all going to be harmonized. But it's going to be what you deserved. It's going to be what you signed off in your soul contract. It's going to be breathtaking. And it's finally going to be harmonized. It's going to be permanent. It's not going to be a season. It's going to be a lifetime. Believe. Temperance. And it's going to be balanced. And again, tranquil, calm, understanding. Your angels. That's my card of angels. Because you are an angel. Alchemy, balance, healing, transformation through your patience. Okay, and this love, this life, it's going to be patient. It's going to be understanding. You're going to balance each other's cups with your emotional flow. Very nice. Star! It's going to be a miracle. It's going to be all your wishes come true. And another card of serenity, peace and calm. Hope, healing, inspiration, wishes renewed, spirituality and spiritual equal. It's going to be your miracle. I always say Star and Ace of Pentacles, they're my miracle cards. And you're going to learn to be a master because of all the dedicated effort you've put in. You're going to be a master of your path. That fire ant card. You're going to be focused. A lot of dedicated effort. Okay. Very nice. Accomplishment through all your hard work. I heard master straight away. Finally learning to become that master. That completion will arrive. I just want one more. This is nice. And they're really confirming it's through all your harvest season. So it was never not there. It was germinating through your patience. Things are going to come to fruition. Things are going to harvest because of all your dedicated effort, because you never gave up. Your commitment to yourself, your commitment to up above, it's just all coming into alignment finally, okay? Long-term investments through your hard work. Yes, there's been delays. Who cares? This is about Saturn's gift. Karma. The karmic wheel. Fruition. It'll come. It's been germinating. It was never not there. It was growing. It was blossoming to the biggest, brightest tree there could ever be. Okay, let's get one more for this. Yep, okay. Your shadow. You had to work through your shadow, and this is why it took so long. But that's what healing is. Like I said, if it took you 5 years, geez Louise. And it was to teach you to let go of external attachment, materialism. So whatever flow comes, it's not just you in a selfish way. You're giving back to the world. It was meant to teach you how to break out of materialism. The need for always wanting more in excess. That's another reason you guys get tested time and time again. And through those little influxes you have, the universe sees, are you giving back to the world? Or are you just spending frivolous? Are you yourself still tied to greed and abundant blocks? Do you still have such a fear? These are all lessons, and I feel this is what you had to break free from, your attachment to external. It's been a huge thing. All right. Your new story will begin Fool is the start of the new story in tarot. It's coming. Just believe. You've closed it. Okay. You just, every time you're, and especially in this period, you need to affirm to yourself, I needed to break free from my devil energy. It's not my timing, it's the universe's timing. If this has been on hold or this has been this long, it was for a reason. I was germinating. It was never not there. I was working towards what my, yes, internal abundance first, so I can really connect to my true abundant timeline. And those fruits, whatever it may be, would come when I didn't have a need for them, that I had an acceptance, that I could share my fruits with the world. Okay. You're going to be very happy. Just keep pushing. All right. Oh my God, your wishes are going to come true. This is not a lost cause. You were not a lost cause. My St. Jude. Wish upon a star. You could see a shooting star. Strawberry bubblesies. Maybe babies are on the card. I see this as fertility, this charm, because the little seeds on a strawberry are the ovaries. They're the babies. Duck, trust your intuition. All your ducks are coming into a row. Speak better to yourself right now. Egyptian mythology might really call to you. Maybe you need to do a little bit of research with Egyptian mythology. Candle wax, black and white. So yin and yang balance. Candle work, you could be working. And orange. Maybe confidence. Maybe your solar. Work on your confidence. B, K, J, P, and X. Oh, 10. Completion. X marks the spot. Okay. Important dates. 26th of March is an important date coming up next year. It could have been an important date this year, but 26 is important. Or the 2nd of the 6th this month, something very pivotal could have happened emotionally that they wanted you to release and just understand. 4. 7. 7's another important number because of the deviation. 24th of the 6th, 20th of the 4th, 64, creator's number. 6th of the 4th, 4th of the 6th, 8th of the 6th, 6th of the 8th, 16th by itself, 16th of the 7th, 16th of the 4th. Oh! 5. And it just literally flew right next to my cat lady. It was a 5. Transformation. You could be a crazy cat lady like myself. 3, Empress energy, Jupiter energy, expansion energy. 64 again. 6 of the 6. 666. 6666. 4 6s in a row. Oh my God, that's 5 6s in a row. That's another one. How did you'd be seeing 6 everywhere. 666. That's goddess energy. That is a powerful divine number as well. I don't know why they call it. Anyway, I'm not even going to say it. You got 5 6s in that one roll. Sign. Okay. I love you, my angels. Have a beautiful day. Magnetize through gratitude. Okay. Your prayers are about to be answered. Just release the timing of it. All right. Love you guys.